What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I got to have that Tiege pack. Tiege makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tiege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tiege Hanley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tiege pack. Feel the Tiege, my friends. Did y'all get y'all Tiege pack yet? Y'all got y'all Tiege Hanley? Whoa, what just happened there? We good? We out here? Look like it was an outage out here in these streets. Y'all get y'all Tiege Hanley yet? Y'all get y'all Tiege pack? What up, though? What up, though, ladies and gentlemen? This is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Was that just on my end? Or did y'all see that little glitch out also? I'm assuming that everything is on the up and up, but it is May 16th, 2023, year of our Lord. Thank you guys for continuing to tune in to the Millionaire Morning Show every single weekday we try to get it popping between 10:15 and 10:30, but we got some new things that we instituting that we're trying to get popped off in order to ensure that we have the greatest show on the face of the earth. And so you may see some modifications and some changes and some updates happening throughout the stream or on a day-to-day basis as far as us continuing to upgrade things. And it may take us an extra 10 to 15 minutes in order to get ready because we're not used to it and we're not quite in a routine that allows for us to be able to create that stability on a regular basis. But we working through it. What's up, friends and family? What's up, friends? I see y'all in the chat. Quinn, H2, Randy, Jordan, K. Cooper, Chris Thomas. What's up, friends? I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock out with me. Hey, did y'all tune into Q's show last night on the Anton Daniels channel where my dog Anthony Brian Logan pulled up? MRM pulled up. Lots of people pulled up. Yes, I am familiar with Biden's speech at Howard, which I don't understand why he would go and do a speech over at Howard. But we'll be covering that tomorrow because we always got a lot of things to cover on a daily basis. But the show was absolutely awesome last night. I mean, there is no show right now as far as panels, different conversations, bringing people in from different walks of life, white, black, political, conservative, liberal, everybody was just rocking out. Like I said, Anthony Brian Logan pulled up, MRM pulled up, Steve, the Dean pulled up, I want to make sure I get his name. 1950 pulled up, Lucario pulled up, Quentin, Q. We was rocking out last night. So if y'all have not watched that, make sure y'all go over to my other channel and restream that. It was an incredible show, and there's nobody messing with us and nobody slowing us down. So we're going to continue to do the work. We're going to continue to rock out. I do got a little bit of housekeeping that I need to get out of the way. First and foremost, we got a show here in Detroit at the Garden Theater. You will see an updated poster, so to speak, coming really, really soon. Mr. 1950. All right, thank you, Quentin. You will see an updated poster coming up really soon, but we got a June 9th show, one night only. Got several different comedians. Got Jay Will pulling up, Cookie, Josh Adams, and none other than my dog, Charleston White. We will be making sure that everything is beautiful. If you ever been to the Garden Theater, it is a phenomenal venue. Meet and greet tickets, VIP tickets, all of that is available. So the link is in the description of this video for y'all to be able to purchase y'all tickets. Go pick those up. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all and being there. I'm going to be there. I might even bring some of my famous friends out. And we're going to make sure we get it popping here in my hometown of Detroit. It's going to be an awesome, awesome time. Also, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I dropped a couple different videos back to back over the weekend, and I'm going to be dropping another video within the next 2 days, probably the next 24 hours, but more or less the next 2 days, because I got to make sure that my editors is on top of things. In order to help you guys and not only be entertained, but also making sure that you guys level up and that you get in the bags. Because we don't just want you to get the entertainment. We also want you to get the medicine inside of the candy, right? So make sure that y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat for that also. And then last but not least, I want you guys to hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications because we work feverishly. We work feverishly and hard in order to ensure that you guys are not only entertained, but that you get as much value as you possibly can on a daily basis. Okay? So, without further ado, we do have to get into the show because Anton has a lot going on here. I have a lot to cover. I have to get over to the property that we build in because we have the people that are cutting down all of the trees in a landscape, and then they charging me an egregious amount of money to do so. And they saying, Anton, we need you to get out here because we need to know where the property lines are, and we don't want to upset the neighbors, and we don't want them to be pissed off. And I was telling them, listen, cut everything down. But they want me to be out there to confirm it, and so I got to fly or drive all the way back out there. This weekend, I will be at the protest event for Shanquella Robinson in D.C. on Friday. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be there, but it starts at 8:30 a.m. out there with my girl Sue Ann Robinson and Ben Crump. So if you guys want to join me out there in D.C., or if anybody is out in D.C. and you restreaming this, we will be at the event. I will be there. Several of my friends will be there, and then I am very much still expecting to do the Millionaire Morning Show that morning. So I will be there in the limited amount of time that I have to be there, but I am a man of my word, and I said that I will be there. And I'm continuing to cover and advocate for Shanquella Robinson. That is one of my passion projects. So if you guys want to join me or you want to kick it with me in person, and it ain't even a Patreon exclusive event, which we got that coming up also, make sure you join me in DC this Friday. I will be there 8:30 in the morning, and it's going to be popping. All right, so now that we got all of the housekeeping out of the way, are y'all ready to get the show popping? I am absolutely ready to get the show popping. So first and foremost, and I'm going to be reading Super Chats throughout the day. First and foremost, Kwame Brown. Now, Kwame Brown is in a very unique position to express his thoughts and his feelings based off of what it is that he sees is being communicated across the internet, or what it is that he's seen, experienced with regard to John Morant. Now, I did call a surveyor. The surveyor's already marked all of that up. I got this a lot. I promise you I got the surveyor and all of that other type of stuff, right? But I'll get there. We'll get there. We're going to talk about the property soon. But Kwame Brown is in a unique position because he's transitioned into being a content creator, which I find a lot of his stuff to be very entertaining when I tune in occasionally. But he's a content creator. But in addition to that, he used to be a former NBA player. Now, Kwame Brown caught a lot of flack when he was in the league, justifiably so, because when you are visible and when you are an entertainer, similar to being a content creator, your life is on the front lines and you are being egregiously compensated. Sometimes, especially as a result of being a basketball player in this case, you are compensated millions and millions of dollars because you are an entertainer, right? You work your whole life, you shoot the basketball, whatever, so on and so forth. And so you are largely a public figure under the scrutiny of the public because they are the ones that consume your product, whether it's the NBA, whether it's whatever it is that you endorse, and so on and so forth, right? But I caught a little bit of what it was that he was saying, and people had brought this up on the live stream yesterday when we were holding Ja accountable, and we had Charleston White, the video review of that, and we had the Gilbert Arenas one and all of that. But I find Kwame Brown is probably one of the most unique people to be able to speak to this. And so I was able to get a hold of his rant of this whole situation. And I would like to play it for you guys and review it. And then we're going to continue on with the show. We got a lot to cover. We got Gabrielle Union to cover. We got Israel to cover as far as his ex. We have Chicago. You got to come back to the front of the congregation. It's going to be a very, very incredible show. Make sure y'all get y'all Tiege Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Let's get into the show, ladies and gentlemen. And without further ado, I definitely want to review the Kwame Brown conversation. All right. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification. Let's get it popping, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh. So, Ja Morant, you like to play with guns, huh, boy? You like to play with guns, huh, boy?
Shout out to Carrie E. Spencer says, I fell asleep watching you and now I'm waking up to you. You're officially all over my YouTube feed. That's what we want, Carrie. That's what we want, Carrie.
You like to play with guns.
Not you moisturizing yourself while talking.
So instead of you just being in your house, buying all the guns you want, playing with all the guns you want off camera, you want to get in trouble for having a gun at a club, give a bullshit apology, and then show a gun on Instagram Live. I've heard of NBA young boy, but you NBA dumb boy. You got to be the dumbest motherfucker in the league.
Yo, I can already see where this is going. This is going very, very left. And it sounds like since the last time that I watched Kwame that he's evolved and that his ability to be able to communicate as a content creator has superseded my expectations. Let's continue.
You got $231 million promised to you and you want to be a fucking thug?
Facts.
Yeah, it's okay for you to have a gun. You have a right. You have a Second Amendment right to have a gun. But what the fuck do you keep pulling it out menacing for? What is up with all this music you keep listening to? Is this music putting you in a trance, dumbass boy?
Yes.
Because this music is about to cost you your fucking career. You're going to be bouncing around with niggas all day long, just listening to music in the backyard of a goddamn shack if you keep on being a jackass.
Now, I agree with him 100%. And it's funny because these are the same things that I've been communicating and saying and advocating for since I've largely got on the internet and started having a conversation about what it means to be a bag chaser, right? Shout out to my Patreon members. Link is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you're not a part of the Patreon and you don't have your Tiege Hanley, I don't even want to talk to you right now, all right? But this is largely what I've been saying for a long time now. The music. I'm telling y'all, it's the music. And I'm going to get into that much, much later. But y'all don't truly understand how bad this music is for you or influencing you. And I made a video a long time ago about how it was necessary to give up certain forms of music especially if you're not where you're supposed to be in life in order to get there, because it is largely impacting how it is that you're moving on a daily basis. But let's continue.
You was an NBA dumb boy, and your friends ain't your goddamn friend. Cause I done dumb shit before, and you know when I noticed a real friend, they gonna tell you when you wrong, and then they ain't gonna argue with you, but they just not gonna participate and go with you
Facts.
in the bullshit.
Real friends are willing to lose the friendship if it is costing you in your personal or professional life. Let me say that one more time. Your real friends are willing to lose the friendship, meaning that they're willing to tell you the truth, not tell you the thing that you want to hear, in order to ensure that you don't fumble the bag, you don't fumble your life, you don't fumble your situation. Listen, people that are around you that's just making you feel good and they not never ever telling you the truth and they just agreeing with everything that you're saying, those are not friends, those are hanger-ons. Let me say that one more time. People that are just making you feel good, and this largely is a thing that happens with two demographics of people. Women of all shapes, sizes. They never believe in shaming. They always believe in supporting their friends even through they wrong. They gonna ensure that that chick don't get caught up. They gonna lie for them and all of this other type of stuff. And famous men. Women of any socioeconomic status, any space in life, no matter what they look like, no matter what it is that they dress like, no matter what their color is, and then famous men, because the famous men usually have people that's hanging on that see that guy as his meal ticket. And that means that he not even your friend or he not even a real man, because if he's depending on you in order to ensure that he eats and so that he tells you whatever it is that he, listen, a dude that's willing to crash out for you is not your friend. I'm going to be honest with you. A dude that's willing to crash out for you, meaning that if you hanging around this dude and he a rapper or something like that and you see a whole bunch of illegal activity and he looking at you as the fall boy and saying, yo, I'll pay you or I'll make sure that you're taken care of, that your family is taken care of, if anything happens or as a result of it, that's not your friend, bro. That's not your friend. Friends don't let friends crash out. Friends make sure that you're in a position of power so that you don't have to crash out at all. And I'm going to be your friend by removing myself from the situation because I'm not crashing out for nobody. My life is just as valuable as your life. And so you never going to find me in a space where I'm hanging out with a group of people that's not. That's why I rock out with the Patreon members, because those are my family.
See, a real friend don't keep telling no man over and over and over what's right and what's wrong. You just tell them and you let them make their own decision. But you don't, I wouldn't be the friend in the car next with you recording you doing something stupid.
Facts.
That nigga that got that cell phone and knew you got a gun and know you dumb enough to pull it out on camera, he should have never been recording your dumb ass because you NBA dumb boy. Facts. Thank God you can shoot a goddamn basketball, you can jump, because that's about all you can do. Your brain is fucked up.
And it's funny because everybody keeps telling me how intelligent John Morant is. So let me ask y'all a question. Does intelligence also equate to wisdom? Just think about it for a minute. Does intelligence automatically equate to making wise decisions and wisdom? Right? Because I've seen some people who we largely consider C students like myself. I've seen some people who people look at as not quite intelligent, but for some reason they keep on continuing to elevate and win and they don't find themselves in jail. But some of the smartest people, the people that we say, oh man, they could have translated that into corporate America instead of selling drugs and then going to jail for the next 30 years. Do we equate intelligence to wisdom?
Because you got $231 million and you trying to be a street nigga? What kind of dumbass shit is that? Them niggas don't think you know street nigga, dumbass boy. Them niggas can't wait for your dumbass to come to the chain gang. They gonna see how high your ass jump. Your ass gonna be playing ball at goddamn Pelican Bay, jumping over niggas in the chain gang. They gonna knock your ass out the air. They ain't gonna let you just dunk on them like that in the chain gang. You dumb motherfucker.
Michael Vick about that.
You wanna be the new Gilbert Arenas. You want to be the new motherfucking Gilbert Arenas. It's this fucked up ass culture where a black man just can't be a fucking black man. He got to be.
Is Kwame Brown watching my stuff? Kwame Brown has, maybe we all just aligned. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. The likes is looking quite anemic. But maybe we just literally, maybe black people that's of a certain ilk are just waking up. And so we all kind of got the same talking points because we sick of the bullshit. We sick of the nonsense. We sick of operating in a space where everything is an excuse as to why you can't or why you're not the man that you're supposed to be. And then you continue to lean on the victim Olympics in order to feel a certain type of way. Even Gilbert Arenas is telling this dude, listen, fam, you need to lay low, stay out of it. I done already been through it. What the hell is we talking about? You don't even listen to your OGs. You don't listen to nobody. You don't listen to your daddy. You don't listen to the OGs. You don't listen to people that actually shot the ball. You don't listen to people that actually went through it. You don't listen to none of that. Okay.
Be a dumb nigga that's pulling out guns and shit just because he listening to a goddamn song. Since when music and a gun go together, you dumb motherfucker? Why do you niggas always gotta have a gun menacing in the air with a goddamn gun like that mean anything? It's all about who get that motherfucker out and downrange it on the target first. It don't matter you got a goddamn gun. Everybody got a motherfucking gun. Who you think you finna scare by showing somebody that little ass pistol? That ain't gonna scare no motherfucking body. So what the fuck are you doing?
I don't understand that either. I genuinely don't. Like when people, y'all know it's 2023, right? It's 2023. So having a gun is not a stunt. The real stunt is the fact that you don't know that I have a gun. I don't want you to know that I have a gun because unless you're hunting, it's a worst case scenario that I have to find myself in a position to where I need to protect myself and save my life or the people or my loved ones' lives that's with me at that particular time. Yes, I go to the gun range. Yes, I am very, very well educated in what it takes or what scenarios and situations that you find yourself. That's not a stunt. The thugs got a gun. The brokest people in the world right now running around in Chicago, oh, we gonna get there. They got pistols. Everybody got a pistol. How is that a stunt? You are a millionaire. I thought the stunting was like driving the fast cars at least, or the big house, or own a property, or I thought stunting was like not finding yourself in a scandal and all of that other type of stuff. I thought that was the stunt, doing things that regular everyday people don't have access to. This ain't no stunt. When did having a pistol be a stunt? I don't even like it when dudes do the money phone. But at least we know the majority of people can't really do the money phone and then run it through to actually show that it ain't a bunch of ones in there. When did having a pistol become a stunt?
All you doing is making yourself look stupid. You are lowering yourself to the level of your motherfucking friends. And they not your friends. Because your friends should have looked at you with that goddamn gun in your hand, slapped that motherfucker out your hand, and fought you on camera. Because you know why? At least them white folks that paying you should say, you know what? At least he got somebody around him that care about him.
Facts.
That nigga should have been whipping your ass with that gun on camera so them white folks cannot void your goddamn contract. Because he eating off your dumb ass. And you gonna sink the whole ship because you want to be a street nigga. And them white folks not gonna leave you with that type of money, you trying to be a street nigga. So your daddy can smile at every game all he want to. But the moment them white folks see that goddamn picture, boy, you finna lose a shit ton of money. I'm done talking to your dumb man. You just done. You just a nigga that can jump. You a straight up nigga. That's the problem. That is the problem. Somebody needs.
And the interesting thing about this is that there's a difference between a black person and a nigga. However you want to frame it, however you want to look at it, there's a difference between a black person and a nigga. Would you like for me to explain the difference? Don't worry. I'll get into that later. I promise you I'm going to explain the difference between a black person and a nigga.
I need to tell it to you just like this. You a dumb, stupid nigga. So if that's what
Men need this. Women need this. Black people need this. I haven't seen one lie told yet. And everybody wants you to pity pat it. They want to make you feel a certain type of way. They want you to be in your feminine energy when you're having a conversation with them in order to make them feel good. Don't disrespect them. At what point are we going to start getting into real talk and we're going to start having conversations about how it is that people are truly operating and how you need to get yourself together? At what point are we going to start being real with each other and start being honest about how it is that we need to move? Because real friends will tell you the truth. You's an idiot. You are dumb. Fam, what are you doing? The greatest thing that ever happened in my entire life. One of the best moments, and I give my little brother credit every single day as a result of it. Sometimes we talk about it. Most times we don't, but every couple of years, he'll even remind me and he'll throw it in my face and he'll say, yeah, you rich because of me, right? And I'll be like, oh my God, here we go again. And he'll say, if it wasn't for me going off on you and holding you accountable and telling you that you ain't nothing and you needed to get your life together. And this is my little brother, 6 years younger than me. He had to be 18, 17, 18 at the time. That's how I know that he my real homie. We don't talk all the time. Sometimes it could be a month in between the times that we talk. But when we see each other, I know that he got my best interest at heart because he never gonna let me fumble the bag and vice versa. And sometimes he get mad at me and he be like, oh, I'm so sick of you or whatever like that. Or sometimes he'll say something and it aggravates me and I just walk away and I can hear him mumbling in the background. It's okay. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. It's okay.
Daniels for Fidelity, how can I help you?
What up? I'm on the live stream right now.
Okay. Jesus.
Do you remember back in like 06, 07 or something, I had got fired from my job or whatever like that, and I was upstairs and I was in your room. How old were you at that time?
I was 19.
You was about 19 years old. You basically was like getting out of high school.
Yeah, I graduated in 2006.
What did you say to me?
I basically told you was up there telling me how you had all these plans, you was get all this stuff done, and I told you wasn't gonna do nothing because you ain't been doing nothing, and that you need to get your life together. And you got mad a little bit, and we debate over whether you started crying or not, but
I never cried. I never cried.
I don't know about that. But you got mad because I told you the truth, and I told you, you was telling me how you was about to get your degree and go to school and do all of this stuff, and I told you wasn't gonna do nothing because you ain't did nothing, and that you need to do what you say you're gonna do because otherwise you'll just continue to lose like you was losing. So you got mad, and then you changed everything.
And what do you say every time that you see me do something great or you see me buy a new car or get a new property or anything like that? What do you say to me?
All I say is congratulations.
That is not what you say. That is not what you say. That is not what you say.
I tell you the truth, that if it wasn't for me, none of this would have happened.
All right. I appreciate you. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, bye. Everything that y'all see me say on this live stream is 100. Every single thing you see me say, every single story, everything that I say, word for word, is exactly what my life is a reflection of. Every single thing. Real friends, real brothers, real people that hold you down, real people that do all of this other type of stuff. Yo, they are going to tell you the truth They're not going to say the thing that makes you feel good. And it pissed me off. It pissed me off to my core that he said that to me. And at the time, I wasn't mature enough to actually understand that, planning don't mean shit. It's the execution that go behind it. And he was tired of hearing me talking. He was tired of hearing me talking. Everybody around me can say something to me and say, I ain't hearing that. I ain't trying to hear nothing that you're talking about. Everybody that's in my inner circle, everybody that got my phone number, anybody that I kick it with, they can say, fam, I ain't really trying to hear what you're talking about because that don't even make sense. And he was tired of hearing me talk about it. He said, listen, man, you ain't going to do nothing. He straight up said that. And I was like, what? Because I'm the older brother. I'm 6 years older than him. He said, man, you ain't going to do nothing. I said, what you talking about? He said, man, you ain't going to do nothing because you ain't did nothing. We don't want to hear that. We want to see the results. We want to see the results. We not here trying to talk to you about that no more. And from that day forward, monster. Now I don't sleep. Now they gotta try to slow me down. Anton, what you doing? We going out, man. When you gonna ever take a vacation? What? Because I'm from then until now, I am in monster mode. I don't give a fuck about nothing and no one. I am going for everything. And at some point, this is what I keep trying to tell women. This is what I keep trying to tell people on the internet. You need somebody to tell you the truth. You need somebody that's in your inner circle that's going to hold you accountable. You need somebody that's going to actually give you the game based off of what they know is best for you, not the thing that they feel best about you, not the thing that they want you to feel good about. It's not about feeling good. It's about the results. Let's continue.
If that's the point that you wanted to get across,
reading super
that
chat
you a
shortly.
Dumb, stupid nigga, I believe you. All this goddamn money these white folks giving out, $231 million, and you niggas just trying to give it back? You niggas just, I don't want the $231 million white man. Fuck you giving me all this money for? Get some of this shit back. Just stupid for no goddamn reason. I don't want all this goddamn money y'all gave me. Take some of this money back. Boy, they gonna get you at a reduced rate. Like you gonna be a reduced rate nigga. All that jumping ain't gonna mean shit. You gonna be a reduced free lunch ass nigga. Watch. They gonna get your bitch ass for peanuts. Hold tight right here. They gonna get you for nothing. Your next contract.
Where's the lie at? Where is the lie at? If you ain't got big homies that's telling you this, that's giving you the game, where is the lie at? At what point did Kwame Brown tell one lie as far as what it is that everybody is watching a train crash? Shannon Sharp, YouTubers, everybody is literally watching the train crash in slow motion. We literally seeing it happens right in front of our eyes. And the only person that ain't paying attention to it is the very person that's in the front of the train that's watching it go right into the crash, right into the lake, being derailed.
That nigga still too talented. They just waiting on that new contract negotiation. They gonna get that nigga for a reduced rate.
And this is the finesse. Let me tell y'all what the finesse is, right? The NBA, in my opinion, what up, Q, with that great live stream that you had last night? The NBA, in my opinion, wants John Morant to crash. You know why? You know why? Let me tell you something. The best thing for me as a business owner sometimes is to see people at their worst that's incredibly talented. It's to see people at their worst that's incredibly talented. Now, I know a lot of y'all going to say, well, Anton, that's absolutely mean. No, it's not. You know why it's not mean? Because I know that now I'm going to be able to get you for a steal. It's nothing like looking at somebody that do not meet the expectations that you have for them as far as pushing them to be successful. You know why? Because now it's going to be easy for me to be able to get you. I can get you for a song and a dance. It's nothing like finding you an Antonio Brown so you can get him from one season, get him for cheap, and if he mess up, you ain't really got to pay him that much. Nothing like it. It is a beautiful sight as an owner to be able to get somebody at a reduced rate, knowing that they trying to get themselves together, they trying to play for their next contract, they going to leave it all out on the floor. You was on easy street. Now you made it easy for us to be able to leverage what it is that you do in order to get a very great player at a reduced rate. That's what black people literally are doing every single day. They are finding themselves and selling themselves for a reduced rate. Oh, man. Let me save that. Let's continue.
They ain't gonna throw him out the league. The nigga too talented. That's out. He ain't getting out the league. They're gonna suspend his ass. They're gonna fine his ass. His next contract, he might well be a reduced rate nigga. He is not gonna get the max. He's not gonna get none of the shit that he was supposed to get. He is gonna be a reduced rate nigga. They're gonna bring that shit up that he just did every motherfucking time he even think about goddamn getting a contract. You are now a new Gilbert Arenas. You a reduced rate nigga. Happy Mother's Day. This is how you goddamn respect your mama, by showing guns with a bunch of fucking niggas.
It's insane. Shout out to Kwame Brown. I think that he's absolutely correct. He's absolutely right. I might have to reach out to Kwame and see if he down to have a conversation on the live stream, because I think that Kwame Brown is incredibly talented as a content creator, and I value what it is that he got popping and what he got going on, and I think that he is spot on. He is 100% spot on, and there is nothing that he said that I disagree with. So shout out to Kwame Brown. Jake Fever in the building says, besides good content, I care about Ja Morant's situation. I can't care about Ja Morant's situation. I treat it like a big-time drug dealer getting caught. I don't care. Next man up. We get no benefit for people like them failing or falling and raising. I agree. I'm not looking for a redemption story. I'm not looking for it with Black China. Shout out to Jake Fever. I appreciate you for the super chat. I wasn't looking for it from Black China. I'm not looking for it from Ja Morant. I said last night on the show, I'm an equal accountability smoke giver, and that I hold both men and women accountable, and people cannot say that that is not true. So shout out to Kwame Brown. I think that you did an excellent job communicating exactly how we need to be communicating to the people that we care about the most as far as adding value into their lives. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Also, get that Tiege Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. We appreciate you. Moving on. Gabrielle Union, ladies and gentlemen. Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union. Oh, there is no more of a masculine feminine person that lives in a masculine and look feminine most of the time. Representation, in my opinion, than Gabrielle Union. Often at times, even though she's a cute girl, Gabrielle Union, listen, there's nothing you can ever take away from Gabrielle Union as far as being cute. But when you see the dynamics of how she talks and how matter of fact she is when it comes to the things that she believes in her relationship, even her ability to be able to communicate to an extent, doing these interviews and talking about her personal life, that's wild to me. That is absolutely wild to me. And one of the reasons why it's so wild to me is because most women, unless it's a part of your job, should be seen and not heard. Oh, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to have that conversation. Most women, unless it's a part of your job, especially if you're married, especially if you are married, should be seen and not heard. And in most instances, you probably shouldn't even be seen by the general public as much as you think you need to be seen. You only really need to be seen when it's necessary. I told my chick the other day, I said, listen, I'm gonna start dressing you up like the Muslims do. Maybe the Muslim women and the Muslim men got a point. Maybe they got a point. Shout out to the Big Podcast. Shout out to Marcus X. I'm going to be reading that super chat shortly. Maybe they got a point. And that what is you out here doing and showing your body for so that people can look at you as a hoe and disrespect you? Neither here nor there. But somebody sent me an article, and so I went and found the video of her communicating about how it is that she's talking about a whole bunch of stuff in the interview, and I didn't want to hear that part. So I had my people scrub through to find out exactly where it is that she communicated that she splits things 50-50. 50-50. Okay. Well, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Never a dull moment over here on the Millionaire Morning Show. Gabrielle Union specifically says that she splits things 50-50. And I want to go ahead and break this down for y'all because I know that it's a lot of guys out here in these streets that say that they want to go 50-50 with these chicks. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification. Charleston White Tickets is linked in the description of the video. Let's get into it, y'all.
I was killing it. I'm booking this and this, but
They said it's 18. Did they say 18? Somewhere in the 18-minute mark. Let me see if I can scrub through and find out where that is. All right.
I'm curious, at what point
Why is she... All right, let me just look at it.
did you develop that first sense of security and that the work is coming and as long as I keep knocking it out, there's gonna be more, and there isn't this sort of sense of the rug is could still be pulled out?
I struggle with that still, just because I think I just have more responsibilities, for my money. So I get nervous, like, oh God, that movie didn't open, well, what does that mean? Am I gonna have enough to hold everybody up? And
maybe, I'm curious, y'all. I'm curious because look at how she's communicating. She's literally living in her masculine energy. This is a woman that married a man that is a, 3-4-time NBA champion. He got his Li-Ning, the fake Nikes, whatever it is that he endorsed, them shoes. Apparently he's doing well financially still. There's no reason for him not to be. They've recently allegedly moved from Florida over into, I believe, California because they wanted to be a part of the alphabet community, more embracing of it, and they didn't like the way that DeSantis was operating within Florida. And she's saying, listen, I get nervous, my money, and all of this other type of stuff. I got to hold everyone up and things like that. And so when you see a woman that's operating like this, the question that I have for you guys is she operating in her masculine energy because that's inherently who she is and who she has to be, considering that she has to bring half to the table? Didn't y'all said y'all want women to bring something to the table? And what do women bring to the table? All right, that's cool. Let's continue.
And everyone's like, it's coming. Like, calm down. And I'm trying to find peace in the journey, not using my anxiety and scarcity mindset to be my engine, which is hard. It's weird to say I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, bitch. You better work.
What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? This is what people are saying that they want. They say they want a partner, not a wife, not a husband. Is Dwayne Wade really pimping? I mean, I know that Dwayne Wade get a lot of flack about how he raises kids, but is Dwayne Wade pimping? Is Gabrielle Union really getting that type of bag? I'm just curious. Is she really getting that type of... When is the last thing that Gabrielle Union was in? Let me pull this up really quickly. Let me see. Gabrielle Union latest movie. Latest movie, The Perfect Find. Has anybody seen The Perfect Find? Okay. And then The Idea of You. Anybody know what that is? Oh, that's upcoming movies. The Perfect Find and The Idea of You. Then in 2022, it says Truth Be Told, season 3 trailer, new movie in The Inspection, and Cheaper by the Dozen. So she working. The Perfect Find will be streaming on Netflix beginning June 23rd. She working, I guess. I don't know. But what do y'all think about the idea of having a partner straight to Tubi Flicks? What do y'all think about the idea of having a partner, a chick that goes 50-50? Listen, a lot of people nowadays are saying that they go Dutch. And Dutch has been a thing for a very long time. I don't know any woman that's in my sphere that is with me that pays for anything. As a matter of fact, most of the people that are with me, don't matter if you're a woman, don't matter if you're a guy, we don't really split checks. We don't do none of that. Like, we don't find our own bills or none of that. If I go, we all go. If he go, we all go. It just is what it is. Sometimes we don't even know who get the bill. Usually I'm the person that cover everything and I'm the bill, whatever like that. But any women that are with me, I don't really know what that means to split money. Wealth Building Journey says Gabrielle Union's net worth is approximately $45 million. How do we know that? Says what? How do we know that? How did her net worth, honestly, and I'm just curious, I'm just asking a question. How do we know that Gabrielle Union's net worth is $45 million? And please do not show me anything that's on Google or Forbes or anything like that. I'm just curious, how do we know that her net worth is $45 million? Listen, I showed y'all inside of the Patreon what Social Blade says that we do here on the Millionaire Morning Show and the Anton Daniels channel, and what I really do on a monthly basis. I also showed y'all what a lot of these other content creators is making, and I showed y'all the receipts for that, and I showed y'all the receipts of what it is that I make in my bank accounts, my direct deposits, my bookkeeping. I showed y'all how my bank accounts is tied into my bookkeeping that actually shows you whether or not I'm a millionaire or not, and all of this other type of stuff, and the amount of money that we generate on a monthly basis and everything, right? So it's a gap. And when I say it's a gap, it's an ocean of a gap. How do we know that these people is really what it is that they say they are? I would say that I probably underestimate exactly how much my net worth is. And it is an ocean from what it is at whatever Google is projecting. Somebody sent me this thing in my email and it said that my net worth was $4 million. Wrong. Could not be any more wrong. Where did they get that number? Where did they get that number from? And remember, your net worth is much different than what it is that you make. And just because it say that your net worth is $45 million don't mean that you got $45 million. That would be a fool to have $45 million in any bank, spread out amongst banks or anything like that. Your net worth is a combination of all of the different things that you have that is worth anything. It's your assets. It's the cash plus the jewelry. If you got any like Rolexes, Petit Philippe's, great watches, whatever, so on and so forth. It's the cars. It's the property. It's all of that. Your net worth is everything all encompassing. How do we know how much these people are really worth? How do we know? Just curious. But then at the same time, she's saying that, listen, saying I'm head of household, I can deal with it. But at the same time, I got to grind and I got to hustle because I basically split everything 50-50. That means it's a strong possibility that they got a mortgage. Come on, y'all. It's a possibility that she has a mortgage. A mortgage. Most rich people, Jay-Z included, all of them, and I broke down why a lot of these people, even though they have a huge net worth, wind up having or finance, and why they do it and why they get lower interest rates as a result of it, which ultimately save them money because they don't have to pay the capital gains or the regular payroll taxes that come along with their income. A lot of these people have a mortgage. And she's saying that, yo, we split that thing 50-50. Feminine energy. Let's continue. I don't even know if she got anything else to say.
You know, you gonna sleep in? You know, somebody might not eat. You know, come on, you gotta work. And it's hard. It's hard to let that go. So I'm working on that.
At what point did you realize that beyond being a working actor who is booking consistently, you are a brand?
I think my first big endorsement opportunity was Neutrogena. Every year they kept renewing my contract, and I just started taking it for granted. Like, I am this. And then they were like, and that's enough for you. Meet Kerry Washington. And I was like, oh, whoa. And by then it was like, the talk was brands. So what does that mean if I've lost my brand? What happens now when you've been replaced? Do you have a brand? Am I worthless? And it was kind of like initially like a fake it till you make it. Like, this is my brand. And I would say, like, just repeat what other people would say. And initially it was just different checks. They didn't need to really be in alignment. My morals didn't have to not be compromised. And it's probably been in the last few years where I am very strategic brand-wise. I always want to be true to who I am and where I come from, and that my whole brand should be about centering the most marginalized of the marginalized. And
Translation. You want to know what the translation is? You don't want to know what I heard, or do you want to know what she said? Do you want to know what I heard, or do you want to know what she said? All right, I'm going to tell you what I heard. I heard her say, yo, the money was coming in. It was no longer available. And so as a result, I had to fake it like I was really about that life when I wasn't really about that life, because I had got replaced and the money wasn't what I thought it was going to be afterwards because I took it for granted. And I had adjusted my lifestyle for whatever it is that I had started making money for. And so I had to align myself with somebody that would then be able to take care of me. So now what I'm doing, this is what I heard. I'm not saying that this is what she communicated, but I am a very active listener. And what I usually say is that communication is 90% body language. It's how you say it. It's all of that other type of stuff, but it's not necessarily what's coming out of your mouth. And what I heard her say is, now she's saying, well, I advocate and being true to myself is advocating for the most marginalized of the marginalized. And you know what that means? Aligning myself with the gay community. It's aligning myself with the alphabet community now. Because what she's selling you right now is her new brand without actually saying it to you. And so aligning yourself where the bag is, where they think the bag is going to continue to keep those checks up. And in my opinion, seeing what happens and how it is that they continue to parade around their kids and what it is that their kids are representing, they're using the kids for the bag. They're using the kids for the bag, because that is now how you make sure that you market yourself effectively in order to ensure that you continue to keep your brand visibility up. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all not listening. Y'all was so busy focusing on the 50 to 50, the 50%, 50%. What I'm listening is I'm branding myself. Listen, in this very conversation, I didn't even take that 50%. We split 50-50 break down the middle shit serious. I never ever even consider it. It's not relevant to me. It don't hit. It's not a thing. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing branding myself as a modern woman, strong woman, hear me roar. And then on top of that, I'm going to put the cherry with the whipped cream on top of it by saying that I advocate for the most marginalized people, the double, triple, quadruple minorities, with aligning myself with the alphabet community. That's what I heard. The entire thing is a pitch. When I tell you guys on a regular basis, I have this conversation inside of the Patreon. I say, listen, people are always selling. Even when they're asked a question that then is supposed to be a breakdown of how it is that they set themselves up and all of that other type of stuff, that entire answer is a sales pitch to say that I align with you women, hear me roar. I am a modern woman. I got my own. I bring into the household. I am half of the table. And then at the same time, I need to get this check over here from the alphabet community because I'm advocating for the most marginalized of the marginalized. Y'all didn't hear that? Y'all didn't hear that at all? Let me play it for you and let me tell me if you hear it differently, because every single breakdown that I've seen or that I've heard of this conversation is all based off of, hey, would you split it with the 50-50 man? Maybe it's because I look at everything from a business perspective. I see marketing myself to a group of people that are going to continue to put money in my pocket and ensure that I'm successful. And these are the two groups of people that I'm aligning myself with. It's all marketing. It's all sales. Let me rewind it for you and let's see if you hear the same thing that I hear now that I just gave you the game.
You know, somebody might not eat. Come on, get away. And it's hard. It's hard to let that go. So I'm working on that.
Let me rewind a little bit more.
Work is coming, and as long as
still, just because I think I just have more responsibilities, you know, for my money. So I get nervous, like, oh God, that movie didn't open, you know, well, what does that mean? Am I gonna have enough to hold everybody up? And everyone's like, it's coming, like, calm down. And I'm trying to find peace in the journey, not using my anxiety.
Let the promise of success
and
drive
scarcity
you.
mindset to be my engine, which is hard. It's weird to say I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other
in this household, we split everything 50-50. Now, why would she communicate this to you when the question was so simple? The question was so simple, y'all. And she's making sure that on the back of the person that she sleeps next to allegedly and the person that she says she loves the most, on his back, she's continuing to market herself as a modern woman to speak to the majority of the people that cannot separate the difference between somebody that is selling you something without even selling it to you and the person that actually believes in what it is that you stand for. So fickle. And then she goes on to say that she aligns herself with the most marginalized of the marginalized communities.
At what point did you
Let me fast forward.
realize that?
And then they were like, and that's enough for you. Meet Karen. I was like, oh, whoa. And by then it was like, the talk was brands. So what does that mean if I've lost my brand? What
She just
happens
gave y'all
now?
the sauce, literally.
When you've been replaced, do you have a brand? Am am I worthless?
She
And
gave
it was
y'all the
kind
sauce.
of like initially like a fake it till you make it. Like, this is my brand. And I would say, like, just repeat what other people would say. And initially it was just different checks. They didn't need to really be in alignment. My morals didn't have to
Reading super chat
not be
shortly.
compromised. And it's probably been in the last few years where I am very strategic brand-wise. I always want to be true to who I am and where I come from, and that my whole brand should be about centering the most marginalized of the marginalized and making whatever it is that I'm selling accessible. I feel uncomfortable like thinking of my brand as aspirational. It's like, no, I want you to feel worthy of it today, not if I get enough money then.
What do you see when you're looking at this woman right here? Is that what y'all see? Look at it. The pantsuit, right? Walking across the pool, selling y'all this whole narrative of, listen, modern woman, hear me roar, advocating for the most marginalized of the marginalized. I got me on a blazer in order to match. My hair is pulled to the back. I got a ponytail. What do y'all see? Pay attention when people are talking or when people are breaking stuff down and they communicating. Don't just look at it on the surface. Look at everything that's being communicated, because everything has been curated for you to take in something specific. What do you see? What do you see her communicating? I see it completely different than y'all. Completely different than y'all. All right, so let's move on. I don't want to beat a dead horse because I see it a little bit differently than everybody else. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Let me read some of these super chats and then we're going to move on into the next thing because we got a lot to go through today. Marcus X says, I want to see Ja redeem himself. I believe in him. Don't you do it. He going to let you down. Don't you do it. He gonna let you down. Don't you believe in anybody that don't even believe in themselves. You shouldn't want more for them than they want for themselves. Shout out to you, Marcus X, for putting yourself in a position to be let down. Big Podcast says, for real, F Ja. The bigger issue is the children who don't have adequate parenting see this and they think it's okay, but hey, he didn't break any laws. I agree with you. Myron Webster says graduation season in full effect, just caps all in the air. Adonis 1909 says after eliminating a black boy from a generation, she is now setting the stage and foundation to lead separation and possible divorce, in my opinion. Y'all don't think that they're going to make it? Y'all don't think that they're going to make it? Shout out to Brock. Brock also says, is that what you call victim Olympics profiteering? Shout out to Brock. Shout out to everybody that continues to support the platform. I rock with y'all. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also, Tiege Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. And then last but not least, I will be here in Detroit on the 9th in order to make sure that I'm having a conversation with y'all during the new Charleston White show that we're going to be doing June 9th. The link to purchase your tickets is in the description. Philly B 215 says, new age feminist babble mixed with a clear appeal to the IMNOP community. Oh, the LMNOP community, the alphabet community. Masculine wife and feminine husband. This is what they want families to become. And they just profiting off of it. They just genuinely profiting off of it. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty interesting. Let's continue. Do y'all know who this guy is? He's a UFC fighter. Black man. I think I might have even done a video and a breakdown of how it is that he manages his money. Black man, I'm sure that Umar Johnson will be reacting to him at some point shortly, but he love him some white women. Now, you know that Anton is cool with white women. I don't mind. I don't mind looking at some white women. I love all people. I think that people should be able to date whoever it is that rock with them. Go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it. But Israel is finding himself not even being married, but just an ex-girlfriend. Specifically, is now suing Israel in order to take half of his stuff. So are you telling me, before we get into this video, are you telling me that you don't even have to be married to anybody in order to be sued and still have to give up half of your stuff? Well, I did find a video that I have not played yet, and so I want to share this with you guys in order to ensure that we have this conversation in truth, that we make sure that we bring Israel or whatever it is, or his ex. There she is. There she is. There she is. Look at that. Look at that strong Nigerian, and for all intents and purposes, black man talking to that square-faced white woman. Dr. Umar Johnson is going to have a field day with this. But I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay guys, so Israel Adesanya has publicly scorched his ex-girlfriend with a series of posts on his Instagram. Israel's ex-girlfriend Charlotte Powdrill first...
What's her name? Charlotte Powdrill? Should I go and find her Instagram? Here, while we going over this, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find her Instagram, and we're going to go from there. Charlotte Powdrill. 5,000 followers. It's no point in going to find her Instagram because it's private. But 5,000 followers, and she's following 2,000 people.
Caught fans' attention in 2019 after Izzy defeated Robert Whittaker at UFC 243. A photo of Adesanya posing with Charlotte surfaced online, causing speculation as to who the mystery woman may be. Her true identity was eventually revealed as Charlotte Powdrill, a fellow New Zealand resident. Israel usually refrains from posting anything too personal on his social media, so something must have flipped a switch in his brain for him to now scold Charlotte publicly. Let's take a look at what Israel posted.
Now fuck it, we have this culture. Listen, I'm just serious. We have this culture of tall puppy syndrome, which is messed up. Coming up in this country, I've seen it so many times. When you see one of us rising, you want to tear him down because you feel inadequate and you want to call it humble. I am extraordinarily humble, believe me. But you'll never know that because you never get to know me. Understand this. If you see one of us shining, whether it be the netball team, the Black Caps, the Sailors, pump them up, embrace them. Because if they win, we win. If I win, you win. Understand that. And shout out to myself in this mustard colored jacket. You know, shout out to the guy with the mustard colored face as well. Peace.
So, did he post this on his Instagram? Oh, snaps. Oh, snaps. Oh, snaps.
But you have to be the greatest man on the planet to get me, because I know my worth. But all my exes that already got me, they ain't shit. Like, do you hear yourselves? Do you hear yourselves?
In the next clip, Israel references what recently happened to Achraf Hakimi. Hakimi's ex-partner attempted to lay claim to half of his net worth after the pair split up, but failed as Hakimi had cleverly put all his money and assets in his mother's name.
Most people are forgetting in the divorce proceedings.
So basically what they're showing right here, and this is why y'all got to be careful of what it is that you post online. What you're sharing right here is basically they're sharing his stories. They sharing their stories. Let me give y'all a word of advice before we continue with this. Let me give y'all a word of advice. Whenever you start to have a problem or issue, right? And it's not something that you're going to then regret later on in life, or it's going to damage your brand. And now this is not specifically speaking towards Israel, because he's not married, and so it really doesn't matter. And if the chick is his ex and she trying to do the same thing that Tiger Woods' chick is doing, ex-chick is doing, and that she trying to take a whole bunch of money from him also, and hopefully hope that he settles in order to get a bag as a result of it. And I think that Tiger Woods should fight feverishly in order to ensure that he don't get that chick nothing. In a general sense, when y'all having problems or y'all get mad or y'all having issues and things like that, put the phone down. Put the phone down. Do not, by any means necessary, start to talk about or go in on or anything like that, because I promise you, somebody is going to jump on your story. They're going to screen record it. They're going to screenshot it, and they're going to capture it. And more importantly, even if you're just a regular person, you are then going to say something about somebody that you're probably going to regret. If it is not a well thought out, I slept on it, I think that this is the right way to go about mitigating or addressing this specific issue, all of this other type of stuff, and you want to, if you are just going based off of your feelings and you about to jump on a live stream, or you about to jump on an Instagram live, or you about to post something on your story that don't make sense, put the phone down. You are going to put yourself in a very, very difficult position. And most people shoot themselves in the foot by saying something or posting something that they're not supposed to post about somebody. Just keep it G. Unless it's business, hey, listen, me and this company split, I'm moving on to greater things, whatever, so on and so forth. Unless you just keeping it G, you about to go in on somebody on your story or whatever like that in order to sell a narrative, or you silently communicating and talking about somebody and what somebody else has said and all of that other type of stuff, leave that junk alone. Just leave it alone, yo.
Involving Hakimi's case is that now that Hakimi has nothing to his name, his wife, Hiba Abouk, the Spanish actress, would have to be the one to legally settle him. Legally, she is now richer than him, and by law, she would have to settle his legal court fees and still share 50-50 of her assets with him, so now he gets 50% of her asset instead. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, Achraf Hakimi.
Is this what he put on his Instagram story? Listen, bro, honestly, if it's an ex or honest, and I get it, look, he going off because he don't like the idea that the chick is trying to sue him for half of his money, even though she's not married. And I don't even understand how you can do that. I don't understand how somebody can justify the idea that they supposed to take half of your stuff, even if you are married, but then taken out of context, you're not even married to the person. You was just a girlfriend. You was just the person that was getting bussed down, and you trying to take half of his stuff. Listen, keep it G. Stay on top of it. You didn't have a kid with her. Not only fight it, but also sue her for court costs and sue her for lawyer fees in order to be able to protect yourself and then get that bag. Go and get that bag as a result of it. But this is showing a little bit extra.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't everything.
Me loading up receipts.
The message he had supposedly sent to her. You have never.
All right. So this is a text message that he sent to her. It says, "You have never helped me make money, only ever cost me money. Now you think you deserve half of my shit. What an entitled, pompous brat you are. I spit on you." Them Nigerian men don't be messing around, do they? Is this how Nigerian men communicate with their girls? He said, "I spit on you. I dare you to start your stupid campaign. Your threats don't work here anymore. They're fired. You are responsible for your emotions. You don't care about my life because you've said or you've sold info about me. So I don't care about yours. I don't even hate you. I just don't care about you. I've not been in love with you for a while." This is giving feminine energy right here. This is giving feminine energy. Honestly. And listen, it's a difference between being passionate and being emotional. All right. I always tell people on a regular basis, emotions, reacting off of your emotions is going to make you regret what it is that you say. And it don't even have to be no regret as it relates to like something that's going to happen to them financially or nothing like that. But it just, it paints you in a specific light or a narrative, which is much different than being passionate. About being passionate, whatever it is that you do for a living, you go all in. You win a championship, you cry. Whatever your talking point is, you gonna go all in, and you gonna, you know what I'm saying, you gonna debate hard or whatever like that, right? But being emotional and then posting stuff like this, the text messages or whatever like that, is going to be a very difficult situation. This is probably something you should consult with your lawyer about before you post online. And somebody said, but Anton, he has a point. I agree. I don't disagree with anything that he said. What I'm saying is, why does the whole world have to know about it? If it's something that you're dealing with privately or personally, and you know that it's a possibility for that this chick sold something, then go and sue her ass. Here's my question. For all of you athletes out there, and for all of you public figures, because a lot of y'all be sending me DMs. Oh, shout out to Jay Morrison. I got to get back in touch with you. Shout out to Will Motivation. I seen you reach out. I do plan on having you on the show. So I got a lot of different content creators and a lot of people with visibility coming on the show to give their perspective on a lot of different things. But I know it's a lot of different types of people that watch me. So for those of you that decide that you wanted to watch today's show or restream it, let me give you a little bit of insight, okay? When you get in contact with these people, anybody that comes around you, make them, and I mean anybody. I'm not just talking about a girlfriend. A lot of y'all make the mistake of thinking that the person love you, and so as a result, you're not going to make her sign nothing. Make her sign that paperwork. Get you a standard operating agreement that says that if anybody ever does this, if they sell something, if they post something to you, if they then mention that they've been with you, if they talk about your sexual relationship with them, make them sign a consent decree, to make them sign that multi-million-dollar NDA, and chill. A lot of y'all are not being proactive, especially the people that has a level of visibility.
Never helped me make money, only ever cost me money. Now you think you deserve half of my shit? What an entitled, pompous brat you are. I spit on you. I dare you to start your stupid campaign. Your threats don't work here anymore. They're fired. You are responsible for your emotions. You don't care about my life because you sold info about me. So I don't care about yours. I don't even hate you. I just don't care about you. I've not been in love with you for a while. Finally, he
talking about not being in love. Now he posting Amber Heard on here.
I'll share this clip of him flexing with the UFC belt in his Range Rover.
Oh, he got the baby range. Is that the baby range or is that the big dog range? I don't know. That might be the big dog range. This nigga posting pictures like a scorned woman.
So it seems like his ex was attempting to try and somehow get her hands on some of Israel's money.
This dude is posting like a scorned woman. Oh my God. Yo, just don't give her no clout. Continue to remove her. Don't even have her as a part of the conversation. The internet is going to forget about her tomorrow. He actually is doing her a favor and blowing her up. Okay? He's actually doing her a favor and giving her more clout than she's supposed to have and giving her more visibility than she ever had in her life. Yo, you about to make this chick a public figure and make her famous when you literally could have had the internet completely forget about her. And this is what I'm talking about the art of war and being a little bit more strategic, and that now people are looking her up. Now people are doing reports on her. Now people want to see what the stories is about and the Instagram and all of this other type of stuff, right? Yo, let that chick's reputation. She had 5,000 people follow her, and she probably got 2,500 of them people as a result of rocking with you. Let that chick go away. Let people forget about her. Don't even let people be tied to you. Just move on. Next chick, learn from your mistakes. Make sure that she signed an NDA agreement, and then continue from there. Take the emotion out of it and continue to rock out. Shout out to Whoopi Rock. One says, I see Dirty Cash. I need you. Come to mama. Shout out to Whoopi Cash. My dog, Executive Suite Emily says, Gab ain't sick. Answered questions that weren't asked. She threw Dwayne under the bus. Head of what household? Fuck out of here. Her money means nothing in that house. Shout out to Executive Suite MLE is in the building. Aaron says, Ja's mom got into an argument with a Foot Locker employee and she was called so he and his friends can jump him. Why is a millionaire doing that? Dumb. I heard that was an old story from like 2019, so I didn't review that today. Shout out to Aaron. I appreciate you. Marcus X says, I Googled New Zealand law. 3 years together, all relationship property will be split in half. They're under that law, right? Wowzers. I don't know. Sound like he's been in the United States for a while. Brock says he hit her with the Donald Trump. They don't work here anymore. They're fired. Pass the love offering. Shout out to the Fireball. Shout out to everybody that's supporting the platform, continuing to hold me down. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. Again, make sure that you get your tickets for the Charleston White Show here in Detroit for June 9th. Tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Let's take a commercial break really quickly. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's take a commercial break. What's going on, babe?
Hey, babe. How was your day?
It was actually pretty productive. Happy to be home.
Good. You know, we got a game today.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, you're a little rough around the edges.
I mean, I'm saying I've been working all night, taking care of business, getting to the... You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. I got you. I'm not trying to be out here looking like a dusty, and that's why I'm excited to have Tiege Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. They help me start and maintain my skincare routine. Ooh, them acting skills is on top notch, y'all. Honestly, it's the best skincare system for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which come with all of the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. My favorite part about Tiege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price and the ability to customize your box. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description. You'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Click the link and get started today. We're taking care of ourselves. Self-care, fellas, is the first step to be able to get to that bag, to take care of business, and be on top of things and level up in every aspect of your life. Feel the Tiege, my friends. Get 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Tiege Hanley is in the building. We appreciate you guys for continuing to sponsor the stream. Thank you to everybody that continue to hold me down. Let's continue with the show, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago. It's your turn. It's your turn, Chicago. Look at what it is that we got down there. Look at what it is that we got down there. Look at this one right here. Right there. What do you see right there? What do you see right there? You know what I see? I see failed leadership. I see the inability to really be able to wrangle what's going on in your city. We had a conversation about accountability and holding people accountable last night on the show on the Anton Daniels channel. Make sure y'all go back and y'all stream that. Robert said he see Beetlejuice. Chicago, it's your turn, Chi-Town. And listen, I employ every person in a right mind that is a working adult, is a tax-paying citizen, that looks at themselves to be a little bit more conservative. I employ you guys to honestly get the hell out of Chicago if you can. I know y'all like to keep it real. I know y'all like to stick around and do what it is that you do. I know you want to be 100 and save your community. You can't save them. You can't save them. There's nothing that you can do that is going to put this community in a better space as a result of you being here. And what you see right here on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, what you see right here are what I like to call monsters. As a matter of fact, the guy that's all the way over and to the right, he kind of looked like King Vaughn a little bit. The chat is wild, Tia Marie. The chat is wild. But the guy all the way over to the right, he kind of looks like King Vaughn a little bit. But neither here nor there. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Let's continue with the show.
Now at 11 a.m., breaking news. Police announced the arrest in a triple homicide that rocked a Beverly Crest neighborhood. The suspects were on the run. We are live with where police finally caught them. Good morning. This is Eyewitness News at 11 a.m. live on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. I'm Mark Robles. Philip and Giovanna are off today. 3 people have been arrested in a murder investigation that spanned across multiple states. Eyewitness News reporter Sid Garcia live outside the LAPD headquarters with more on the months-long search. Sid?
Reading Super Chat shortly.
Mark, the victims and the suspects are all from Chicago.
Let's stop there. Let's stop there, ladies and gentlemen. I know that Aaron is feeling some type of way. Aaron is punching in the air, even though he left Chicago and he won't even go back. We're going to hold Aaron accountable for never going back to Chicago to save the babies and continue to be a part of the tax base. But Aaron, we're going to get to you shortly, okay? Every single day, we hear of the different monsters that continue to terrorize Chicago. But what I see right now is they're escaping. Every last person, the people that were shot and the shooters were from Chicago. They left the borders of Illinois in order to head all the way out to the West Coast. Aaron, you don't go back all the time. I don't believe it. In order to go all the way over back to the West Coast to then terrorize another community. They took their stuff outside of the community. Here's my question. How did they even get over there? Did they fly? Did they drive? How are these monsters? Listen, I believe in stereotyping. And the very idea of me being able to spot the monsters before the monsters get over into another community to make it look bad and drive down the property values is important. It's important for us to stereotype and find the terrorists before the terrorists get out of the communities that they've already terrorized. But think about this for a second, y'all. They were all from Chicago. The shooters, the victims, they all from Chicago. Let's continue to see what Sid Garcia has to say. Go ahead, Sid.
Talking about 2 separate murders here. One in January where 3 women were killed in Beverly Crest.
2 separate murders. One where 3 women were killed in Beverly Crest. 2 different murders, multiple different victims, different times. Look at the culprits. Hold on. Are y'all stressed out yet? Like I'm stressed out? Oh my God. Are y'all stressed out like I'm stressed out? Are y'all stressed out like, look at them. Look at the culprits. They have no whatsoever. They have no care for anything, including themselves. No care. Don't silence the Dusties. Let them operate in the chat. As long as they are not being disrespectful, then we cool. They have no care whatsoever. And here's the thing. Talk about stereotyping. 2 of them got dreads. Somebody said Ja Morant is on the left and King Vaughn is on the right. Both of them got dreads. Let me go ahead and fast forward to what Sid was saying again. Sid, go ahead. Bring us up on the story.
On the months-long search, Sid?
Mark, the victims and the suspects are all from Chicago. We are talking about 2 separate murders here. One in January where 3 women were killed in Beverly Crest. And according to police, they were not the intended target. There was another murder back in December of a young man in the North Hollywood area.
So you killed 3 women and they wasn't even the intended target. Ain't y'all tired of shooting? Ain't y'all tired of shooting? Honestly, aren't y'all tired of shooting? Y'all not tired?
3 suspects are in custody. They're known gang members, according to police in the Chicago area. They are awaiting extradition so they can be brought back to Los Angeles. The shooting happened on January 28th, a week after the Monterey Park mass shooting in the Beverly Crest neighborhood of L.A. It borders with Beverly Hills. After following leads from the public and ones that detectives were able to gather from witnesses, arrests have been made in connection to the 3 women who were murdered and the man who was murdered in North Hollywood last December. The victims and the suspects, as I mentioned, are all from Chicago. The 3 men in custody are as follows. From left to right, Darius Stanford.
Watch out for any man named Darius. I'm sorry to all of the Dariuses out there, but me personally, I have never, ever dealt with a Darius that wasn't doing something illegal, wasn't a killer, a street dude, or was a little zesty, and still doing something that was under the table. No point intended. No pun intended. Watch Dariuses, okay? Listen, I'm not telling you to stereotype. I'm just saying to keep your purse close to you and pay attention. Watch all Dariuses, all right? Let's see who the name of the second suspect is.
In the middle, Dejan Tompkins. And
watch Dejan. Darius and Dejan. I'm telling you. Listen. If you run into a dude and he say his name is Dejan, pay attention. Just watch. Dejan is something about them dudes named Dejan. I'm telling you. Y'all put in the chat what other names that y'all need to be watching out after we go through the third name. Darius and Dejan's is something else. And if you get 2 of them together, it's a whole thing. That's a fact. That ain't even my opinion. That's a fact, though. Do y'all know any Dariuses and Dejans that's on the up and up? I don't know what the next one is, but let's see who the next one is.
On the far right is Dante Williams.
Oh, we got a triple D in this bitch. We got a triple D in this bitch. I knew it. Yo. I saw what the fuck. Yo. Oh, man, you can't make this shit up. Yo, I knew we was going to hit with a triple D. When the second D came out, I said, it's got to be a Darius, a Devontae, a DeJounte. I knew the triple D was coming. Watch these niggas from Chicago with D's in their name. If your first name start with a D and you from Chicago, we got a problem. I don't even want to know I don't want to know what you do for a living. We can't be friends. Shout out to everybody that got a D in their first name and they name end with an eh or a us. If your name is end with an eh or us, Darius, Devontae, DeJounte, DeMonte, Dante, and you from Chicago, we got a problem. Triple D. Yo, let me replay this. I got to make sure that I'm right. Look at the D's. Let's go.
North Hollywood last December. The victims and the suspects, as I mentioned, are all from Chicago. The 3 men in custody are as follows. From left to right, Darius Stanford.
Shout out to Darius.
In the middle, Dejan Tompkins.
Shout out to Dejan.
And on the far right is Dante Williams.
Darius, Dejan, and Dante. Darius, Dejan, and Dante. What the flying fuck out here murdering, killing, stealing, destroying, and being full of the devil. Shout out to everybody with a DNA first name and from Chicago. We got a problem.
Stanford and Williams have each been charged with 3 counts of murder and 6
Look
counts
at all
of
of these beautiful women. Listen, you supposed to be having a good time with these women. These women clearly look like they were pretty girls. And instead of having a good time, they want to beat on them and murder them. Now, this is not right. This is not right. Look at these women that they want to.
Attempted murder with enhancements. Tompkins was charged with 4 counts of murder and 6 counts of attempted murder with enhancements.
Jesus.
The victims, Julian Bynum, was murdered in North Hollywood last December.
No, not a person that got murdered and name ain't starting with a D, though, right?
Nina Davis was only 29. Iyanna Hunt was 33 years old. And the third victim in the January shooting was 26-year-old Destiny Sims, according to police.
Why y'all got to kill the ladies, though? Jesus. He got 6 counts of attempted. That means he tried 6 times and failed, but then he was successful the other 4 that they know of.
The 3 women were not the intended target. All 4 of the murder victims are from Chicago.
Jesus.
All 3 of the suspects are from Chicago.
Yep.
Police here say the 3 suspects are gang members. 2 were arrested in April in Chicago. The third, earlier this month, was arrested in New York City with the help of the FBI offices in LA, Chicago, and New York, and local police departments in those 3 cities. The suspects were identified and subsequently arrested.
It took departments from 3 different states and the FBI to apprehend these monsters. Departments from 3 different states and the FBI to chase these dudes down. Shout out to Luis. I'm going to be reading Super Chat shortly.
The collaboration and cooperation between law enforcement agencies
Well, we know that Lori Lightfoot ain't going to be up there talking about nothing, but let's continue.
Across the country is crucial in ensuring that those responsible for such brazen acts of violence are brought to justice, no matter where they may attempt to flee.
On behalf of the LAPD, we are saddened by this horrible loss of life and hope the arrest of those responsible for these acts will bring some comfort to the families and friends who lost their loved ones.
Now, the 3 women who were murdered, we were told they were renting the Airbnb. They were out here in Southern California following a Chicago-based rapper. The police would not discuss the motive for the murders or why they took place out here. All they would simply say is good police work and help from the public led to the arrest of the 3 suspected gang members. They are expected to be extradited and brought back to Los Angeles.
The women look, y'all. Hey, protect your daughters. Protect your daughters. The women were out in LA renting an Airbnb following a Chicago rapper. Yo, how much worse can this story get? How much worse can the story get? Is the culture trash or no? Just curious. How trash is the culture? Is the culture trash or am I tripping? No? Y'all don't think so? Y'all still supporting it? Y'all still ratting? Y'all still on code? Y'all still holding each other down in y'all blackety blackness in order to get these monsters? Do you know that these monsters was probably in line for reparations like everybody else? That you would give, think about it, that you would give these type of monsters millions of dollars in order for them to be able to fly all over the place and terrorize the entire country. Y'all still supporting the culture or no? No, I'm just curious. Help me to understand if y'all still, come on, let's have a heart to heart. Can we have a heart to heart, y'all, for 1 second? Can we have a heart to heart? I just want to have a heart to heart really, really quickly. Let me remove the Tiege ad. At what point, because I said something the other day and I didn't realize I said it until I rewatched myself. And I'm going to be reading Super Chat shortly. At what point do we separate ourselves instead of trying to reparate ourselves? Just curious. I think that was a bar. We don't need reparations. We need separation. Do you realize that the reason why overwhelmingly black people are at the bottom when it comes to our socioeconomic status, when it comes to our networking status, when it comes to how it is that people stereotype us and our overcoming of those stereotypes as a result of the people that came before us that made it so bad for us to be able to walk through the door? I don't blame, honestly, hold on. I don't blame people for looking at me funny when I sit down at the restaurant in anticipation of me not tipping, even though this is an American culture. I don't blame them. You know why? Because every single server that I know, including the black ones, overwhelmingly women, some men, say that they know and that people fight not to take their tables because they already know that the overwhelming majority, not all, but the overwhelming majority of people are not going to tip. I don't blame people when I walk around in a hoodie, and I largely only am wearing a hoodie intentionally, knowing specifically where I'm going to go. And I'm very, very careful about not putting the hoodie on, depending on where it is that I'm operating, because I understand people's apprehension when they may see me walking down the street, because of the people that came before me in yesteryear have already given the impression to be aware or be very, very careful of this person. I'm very careful often at times to even speak first when I'm walking into the room. I initiate the conversation in order to disarm the people and letting them know, yes, I can speak proper English. And no, I don't smell like weed when I come in every single place that I go into, right? Including a professional environment, including a job interview. The last time that somebody sent me a message and they said, Anton, can you get me in? And I said, send me your resume. And then I put a few touches on it and I made some modifications, even though I told them to update their resume and they failed to do it, but we still had a formality and I had already set them up with the interview. So I had to make sure that their resume was done for them. And then when they came in, you know what they were smelling like? This is me throwing an alley-oop. Yo, fam, come get this $100,000. Throw it in the air. I'm Dwayne Wade. I'm about to throw you your LeBron pass, and they coming in and slamming it. Nope. They came in smelling like weed. Hair was unbrushed. Breath smelling like a piece of shit. And so they came in and they embarrassed me. And I made up in my mind that day that I'm no longer going to align myself with people based off of what it is that they look like or things that they can't control, but I'm going to substantiate how it is that I'm aligning with people based off of the direction that they're going in. It's not going to be off of color. It's going to be 100% based off of character. And that's why I rock out with the Bag Chasers. Link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. At what point do you realize that you are literally selling yourself at a discount rate? I'll give you an example. Let's bring it back to the money, all right? I'm going to break down what culture is and how it is that people see you as a nigga. Not a black person. They see you as a nigga. I'm going to help you out. A lot of y'all talk about redlining. Have you ever asked yourself the question as to why they look at it as redlining or why they started to assess the value of that property lower based off of the color of your skin? You think that they don't like you? That's not true. That's not true. In 2023, it ain't based off of that. It's a reason why they have to drive by the neighborhood multiple different times throughout the day, throughout the week, at night, just to make sure that they not getting sold a bag of goods that a lemon. They don't want a lemon. I'm going to break down to you from a business perspective why they look at you as inferior or less than. When I talk to people, for example, and they say, Anton, I want to get into information technology. And I say, oh, okay, cool. What part of information technology are you interested in? And they say, well, I want to be a software engineer, or I want to be a cybersecurity professional. And I say, good job. I'm with that. Let me go through and break down exactly what it is that you need to do in order to be successful. This is what you want to do when you want to put together a 3-year plan and then a 5-year plan, and then you can work after the 2 years when you get your associate's degree in order to continue to have your job pay for your bachelor's degree once you start to get the other 2 years and you transfer so that you can remove the debt and you could just go to community. And they say, no. What you talking about, Anton? What you talking about, Anton? I said, I thought you said you wanted to be a software engineer. Nah, I was thinking about this 3-week boot camp that I can go through. And then we can go ahead and try to get to that bag. Because I want to be where you at right now in 3 weeks. And I'll be like, now, can they get a job? Absolutely. Will they know anything? Is a possibility that they're going to get fired? Or are they really going to learn how to really code within 3 weeks? Probably not. Probably not. But let me tell you what happens from a corporate perspective when we see people that have no real work history, that have no understanding of what it is that they're going to do. We going to possibly have to train them and all of this stuff. Let me tell you what happens when you take a shortcut. You get a shortcut. No. You missed it. Slow it down. I just dissed you. Shout out to my dogs over there at the URL. You get a shortcut. When you take shortcuts, you get a short cut. You the first person out the door. You the one that's going to make the least amount of money when you come in. You just happy to be there, not even understanding that you're going to be at the bottom of the totem pole. And it's the same situation that we sitting here having a conversation with about Ja Morant. The owners are looking forward to him fucking up. Are they going to kick him out of the league? Absolutely not. You know why? Because he's too talented. And when I see you, I'm looking at you right now. When I see you, when I see your son, fuck you. Because you already going to fuck up. We know what you going to do. We know that there are 6 dislikes on this live stream and there's some dusties that's watching this right now. We know what you going to do, right? We know you going to fuck up. Let me talk to your son real quick. When I see your son, you know what I see? I see a dude that I'm not going to have to pay full rate because I know that he's not going to do what he need to do in order to be able to get there. I see a man that is incredibly talented, has all of the capability to be one of the great ones, can work himself all the way up into being at the top of corporate America, can be a superstar in anything that he wants to be. He can be an architect. He can be a cybersecurity professional. He can wind up becoming a CEO. And you do understand that most CEOs have a sales and an engineer background, right? But instead of that, what he has is somebody that's leading him, that's telling him that you have to take a shortcut in order to be successful. It's no reason for you to go to college. College doesn't mean anything, even though we've already understood statistically based that if you go to a STEM field, you're going to make significantly more, 7 figures more over your lifetime. And there's ways for you to be able to do it. I do review videos on how you can get the scholarships. I show you how it is that I did it in order for you to be successful. You literally can join the Patreon in order to align with people that can get you the grants. There's so many different ways to do it, but you want to take a shortcut. And so as a result, could you get there? Yes, you can. Will you get there? Strong possibility that you won't. You going to go in, you're going to be a help desk professional. You're going to say you in IT, but you're not really making no money. And just because you are part of the information technology department, you feel like you got a career. So now you making $47,000 a year and you having conversations with me about how women are supposed to submit themselves to you and you supposed to have 2 kids with them and you got dead out your eyeballs. You went to school so that you can fuck on some chicks. You took a shortcut and instead of you going into a STEM field, you went into African American studies and now you expect to get reparations even though you have every ability and capability to be able to do what you're supposed to do every single day. And then the cycle continues and the cycle continues. And what you do is you pass along generational trauma, right? I don't even call it generational trauma. I call it generational curses. It's a curse. You passing it down from generation to generation. And as a result, the same way that they're going to get them a discount Ja Morant, they're going to get a discount you in real life. In every single thing that you do, you're never going to make what you're worth because of your inability to see the value in looking at things long term and stop skipping steps. You want to skip steps when it comes to having a kid. So now you go and have a kid by a chick that don't give a fuck about you. And so as a result, now you dealing with a baby mama for the rest of your life instead of mining through to understand what a wife looks like. You never wanted to listen to me. You wanted to listen to the dating coaches that told you how to get some pussy, but they never told you the responsibility of having dick discipline. They never told you what it meant to be a man. They never told you what it means to have somebody else responsible that you're responsible for and how you impact their life as a result of it. They never told you that the kids are the ones that's going to pay for the sins of their fathers, and because you didn't give a fuck about what happened after you had that kid, that person that looked like you is going to be growing up to steal somebody else's rims, talking about give me a job and where's the felony-friendly states and can I get my reparations as a result of it. They never taught you how to be the man that you were supposed to be. And so as a result, you continue to pass on generational curses and generational curses. And you think that just because your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was born into this country, that somebody owe you something? You know what we owe you? A discounted rate. Nigga, get in there and put them parts on that motherfucking car so I can go and drive my Porsche off the lot and live and stun on your ass, and you can be looking like a dusty, still hitting the dislike button because you feeling some type of way because somebody is outworking you, they outperforming you, they willing to look at it from a long-term perspective. Let me tell you something. My friends are plastic fucking surgeons when we have married. Look at my Instagram list. The dude that's on there that's a plastic surgeon, that's my homeboy. They own companies. They build brands. We have marriage parties because we align with a group of people that's going in the direction that we go in. And we don't have no dusties in our circle. We separate ourselves from the worst of us because we understand that one bad apple can fuck up every single thing. That person can say that they know us, that they chill with us. Even when I have coaching calls, some of the people I automatically disclude right off the bat. Let me tell you, when I have coaching calls and I talk to you for the first time, listen, is somebody on this live stream right now that got a refund voluntarily from me? And I said, listen, I'm going to send you your money back. They said, no. I want the coaching call. I want the coaching. And I said, no, I can't help you. Well, why are you giving me my money back? Because I don't want to be associated with you. I don't want you to be out in public and say, yes, I talked to Anton. I kicked it with him on the phone personally. He gave me some game, but you looking like a fuck boy. You looking like a dusty. Your life is not a reflection because when I coach you, when I have a conversation with you, you then become an extension of me. And so I have higher expectations for you. If you're not great, if you're not becoming a better person every single time that I'm talking to you, if you're not doing the homework that I'm giving you, then I don't want you to be a reflection of me because you make the rest of us look bad. And so we vet effectively. And if you're not the person that you're supposed to be, you can't come in the crib. You can't come in our circle. You can't hang with us because you a discounted version of what it is that you were supposed to be. You're not supposed to be a piece of shit. You're not supposed to be a piece of trash. You're supposed to be a good father. You're supposed to be a high earner. You're supposed to be God-fearing. You're supposed to be a person that people can look to when everything else is going bad all around them. They can depend on you to carry them through. You're supposed to be the rock. You're supposed to be the foundation. You're supposed to be awesome. You're supposed to be a great son. You're supposed to be a phenomenal father. You're supposed to be a great bearer and carrier of your last name from the people that came before you that made the sacrifices in order for you to be successful. And you know what you are? You are a piece of shit. Somebody that they wish that they never, ever had in the first place, hoping to make another you because you never made the mold. You never fit the narrative. And now they got to pass it on to somebody else because you're not worthy of having a conversation. And you want me to sit here and herald you? You want me to sit here and celebrate you? You want me to tell you that you awesome just because you fucking black and I'm supposed to give you my business? No, I'm going to say fuck you because you don't deserve to even be in the same spaces as great black people. You don't deserve to be in the same spaces as the woman that you with because she was dependent on you and she thought that you was the man that you were supposed to be and you never was that. You never had it in you. She's seen something in you and she wanted more for you than you wanted for yourself. And you sitting here having a conversation with me about how it is that I need to be more polite and how I'm supposed to feel a certain type of way about you. Man, fuck you. We don't care nothing about you. You nothing. You're going to be arrested within the next couple of years and you're going to be making our license plates. Why should we even care about you when we not even gonna be able to see you? You gonna be somewhere making somebody else's license plates, being somebody else's bitch inside a prison. We won't even be able to see you. My chick the other day, she said, Anton, don't you care about this person that had this thing that happened in the community? I said, absolutely not. She said, why? I said, because they have no bearing and they have no visibility on my life. They about to be locked up. We'll never see them again. And why should I give a fuck about them? Because they never, ever getting out of prison. I'm going to focus my energy on the people that actually can use it, the people that's going to leverage it, the people that's going to do the thing that's in their own best interest. I'm not going to focus my energy on people that's going to take it and stomp on it. That's why we got a barrier to entry to the things that we do. That's why we set a standard before we go into whatever city that we're going to go into for a meetup. Because every single person there, and this is for every single city that we ever been to, is great. They working, they getting it, they hustling, they making sure that they doing the thing that's in their own best interest. They appreciative, they pour into each other, they network, they then build with each other. And a lot of these people are making double and triple of what it was when I first met them. And the reason for that is because it's a separation that needs to happen between the haves and the have-nots. It's a separation that needs to happen. We need to separate ourselves, not from everybody, but from the people that's not going in the direction that we going in. And sometimes it's your mother. Sometimes it's your father. Sometimes it's your brother and it's your sister. Sometimes it's your hood and the environment in which you're born in. But at some point, you're going to have to separate yourself if you ever want to get to the space that God wants you to be in. He said, come into this humble space. Come into this dark space. Come into this space that I can then talk to you. Remove the noise. Remove all of the people that's in your ear. That's not God talking to you. Those is demons whispering in your ear, trying to keep you down, trying to keep you and prevent you from getting the thing that God wants for you. But in order to get what he wants from you, you got to go in that dark space. You got to go alone. You got to go by yourself. At the end of this conversation and at the end of the road, at the end of your life, you're going to have to give an account for every single thing that you did and every person that you influenced and affected on the face of this earth. Your mama not going to be there with you. Your daddy not going to be there with you. Your friends can't save you. It's going to be you and whatever it is that you believe in, your maker. You going to have to stand there on your own. Can't nobody save you. Can't nobody save you. Your grandma can't pray you into it. Your mama can't go to church enough and get you into what it is that you're supposed to be as far as your purpose. Big mama can't pray for you enough for you to do the thing that's in your own best interest. You gonna have to step up and be the person that you're supposed to be. And when I say man, I'm talking about man and woman. It does not absolve you as a woman from the responsibility of doing the thing that you're supposed to do. Grow up. Be what you're supposed to be. Become what you're supposed to become, because there's somebody else depending on you in order for them to get there. Otherwise, you're passing on generational curses. And I don't care if you want it to be great or you never wanted this. It ain't up to you. You have a calling on your life. Step into it. There is no middle road. There is no middle road. There is no lukewarm. There is no gray area. Either you're going to choose to be a demon or you're going to choose to be a saint. Which one is it? It's benefits that come along with it. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. Do the thing that you're supposed to do. Do it great. Everything great comes along with it. And the seed that you sow is often going to bear the fruit that you have to eat. And so at some point, you're going to have to step up and stop making excuses for what everybody else ain't did for you and what it is that you're going to do for somebody else. Only then will you become what it is that you're supposed to be. And that's a fact. Take it for what it's worth. Feel how you want to feel. At the end of the day, get the fuck up off your knees and then get to work. It's time. It's been time. We waiting on you. We got your crown. We got your robe. We got everything that you supposed to have. We just waiting to put it on your head, but I'm not going to put it on your head not 1 second before you earn it. We got your crown. We got your robe ready for you. We got all of the jewels. We got all of the money. We got everything. It's waiting on you. Nobody else can get it. It's yours. It's yours. But not 1 second before you actually do what it is that you're supposed to do in order to get it, can you have it. The devil is going to give you all of this stuff ahead of time, knowing that you're not ready for it, knowing that you're going to kill yourself with it. The difference between the way that God do things and the way that the devil do things is that the devil want to give it to you all because he know you're going to kill yourself as a result of it. God wants you to have it, but not one step prior to you actually earning it and being worthy of it, because he's not going to give you anything that you can't handle. That's the difference between the way that God give it to you and you looking at everybody on Instagram and you saying, but everybody else got it and they driving the big cars and but they fucked up. Let me cook for a minute. They fucked up in real life. They fucked up. They got it and they can't handle it. They gonna go to jail for it. Their whole marriage is gonna be destroyed as a result of it. Their character can't carry them where their money and their talent is taking them. And that's why Morant right now is not prepared for the success that they trying to give him. They want to give him $300 million and he not ready for it. They want to give him $300 million and he not ready for it. Think about it for a minute. He not prepared for the success. And everybody in his family and all of his friends is pushing him that way, and he not ready for it. That's why you don't skip steps, because there's lessons in there that's supposed to carry you. Honest to God, on everything that I've ever loved. I told my wife this morning, and I didn't even know that I was going to have this conversation with y'all today. I'm on the phone, and I'm on my way down into the office, and we going through every single thing, and I talked about all of the things that I went through in my life and everything like that. And I told her, I said, I prayed to God to continue to take me down this path, the hard road, the slow road, slow growth. And she said, well, why would you say that, Anton? I said, because I wasn't ready for what it is that I'm dealing with now. I'm ready right now. Everything that I'm getting right now, I'm ready for it. I'm prepared. I can handle it. I'm built for it. I wasn't ready when I thought I was ready for it. When I was praying for success, he wouldn't give it to me. He said it's work for you to do. When I stopped praying for success and I started praying for good character and I started asking him, what is it that you want me to do? Everything came with it. Because I had changed my mindset, and everything and all of the lessons that came along with it showed and proved that I was ready for it. A lot of y'all asking for money and you not ready for it. You asking for success and you not ready for it. Ask for humility. Ask for good character. Ask for growth. Ask for something that does not require you to then use it in order to do something that you're not supposed to do. The money is going to come with it. I promise you. There's no way that you're going to be the best at what it is that you do and not going to be properly compensated for it. I promise you. There is nobody that is great in their field that is not properly compensated for it. That's a fact. You got to stand on something, though. You got to stand for something, though. So what we gonna do? What you gonna do? It's your time right now. It's your time right now. There is nothing and nobody that can stop you except for you. Not the federal government, not the reparations committee, not demons, not devils, not your mother, not your father. Think about it like this. You're asking somebody else for something that was already ordained for you to have. If it's for you, then what you asking for it for? Go and get that shit. If it's for you, what you asking for it for? Go and get it. How you gonna ask something for somebody and you a king? When did kings start begging other people? And at what point in history did kings beg? I'm not begging nobody for nothing. It's mine already. Either you with me or you against me, but I'm going to get my shit. Let's go get it. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me rate these super chats because I absolutely appreciate everybody that support the platform. Mr. Youngblood City says, Lori Lightfoot is the real nug of the year. Shout out to you. Aaron says Forbes ranks Chicago number 2 in the world, and that's why you shouldn't listen to Forbes. Dude with the perm can't be from Chicago. Yes, he is. Shout out to Luis. Luis is in the building. I appreciate you, Luis, for the 20 ball. Lamar Black Attack says, I already separated myself from that trash. Jay Lyons is in the building. Said they've equated street culture to rap culture it to black culture. Shaking my head. Shout out to, is that Shy? Says, chop this part up. I'm tired of telling people about boot camps, hoodies, and shortcuts. Lawrence Warren is in the building. Says, and they expect to give these monsters reparations. Why? So they can further extend the terror. Deuce X Makito says, even when the Bible talks about something being holy, it refers to it being set apart. Saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost is basically set aside without wrinkle or blemish. To be sanctified is to set it aside without wrinkle or blemish. All right. Randy says, oh, shout out to Randy for the 12 ball. I appreciate you. Shout out to my girl, Randy K. Listen, I hope I did not forget any super chats. I think I got them all because you know that I appreciate everybody that support the platform. I don't ask for it, but I absolutely appreciate you guys. You guys are the greatest audience on earth. We're doing it at the same time tomorrow. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. If you have not, join the Patreon. That link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also, Tiege Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. And I need you guys to do me one more favor before we get up out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be successful by ourselves. I love you. I appreciate you. You are my heart. I leave it on the line every single day for you guys, all right? I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.